The scenes which you are about to see were filmed in 1932 in the town of Ponevenzh, Lithuania, by a professional photographer engaged by Mr. Irving Weiner. Mr. Weiner was born and raised in Ponevenzh, and his family still lived there at the time. The Yiddish narrative shown on the screen during the film was written by Mr. Weiner's wife. The film of the cemetery was taken by Mr. Weiner himself during his trip to Ponevenzh in 1934. The pictures display scenes from the city, its famous yeshiva, with the Ponevezh Rav, Rabbi Joseph Kahaneman, delivering a discourse to his students. The other Rabbonim shown are Rav Osher Kalman Baron, a brother-in-law of Rav Kahaneman, and Rav Moshe Beitz Fassman. Both Rav Kahaneman and Rav Baron were sons-in-law of Rav Leibel Rubin, known as Reb Leibel of Vilkomira. Rav Baron, together with his wife and their families, were all killed by the Nazis in Ponevenzh. Rav Sfassman was also killed at the same time, together with other Rabbonim and Rosh Yeshiva and Yeshiva Bochem, on August 22, 1941, in Ponevenzh. After World War II, Rabbi Kahaneman founded the Ponevezh Yeshiva in Bnei Brak, Israel, where now over 1,000 students learn Torah full-time. The film also displays the Beis Yaakov School and the Jewish cemetery, which was completely destroyed by the Russians in 1972. The grave of the Ponevezh Rav and Rosh Yeshiva, Rav Yitzchok Yaakov Rabinovich, known as Reb Itzela Ponevezh, is shown several times. In a Lithuanian census taken in 1924, the Jewish population was listed as 6,845, about 36% of the total population. The effect of the Jewish population and its educational institutions of this city on future Jewish life is in complete disproportion to its numbers at that time. The film you are about to see was photographed by Mr. Harold Rode during his visit to Lithuania in July 1997. We have selected pictures of the former Ponevezh Yeshiva, Beis Yaakov, and synagogue buildings that are still standing so that the viewer can compare what was in 1932 and what is in 1997. Also shown is the area where the Jewish cemetery once was. The voice explaining the photographs is that of Mr. Rode.
This is the synagogue in Ponevenzh. It's now a place for tires. Let's just a guild synagogue of what? Of Schneiders, of tailors. Now let's just look at this from another angle. This, again, is the, for another view, the same synagogue. I'm going to see if we can try to look in as well. This is, again, another side. This is the back part. There obviously were windows on the other side. Again, this is the Schneider Synagogue here in Ponevenzh. This because of the new bricks, is probably where the entrance was. This is this is the cemetery that was made into a park in 1972. It was destroyed. The Jewish cemetery of Ponevenzh.
I think that it was a cemetery of about 20-30,000 Jews.
Jews.
Yes. And he says that in front this big gate and Jewish cemetery, there was small carried cemetery.
Dabar Feinblom žodžiu. Meilot kodėl? Iki 72.
Can we walk?
Iki 70 metų padarė. Žydai čia, a čia jau rusai, sovietai.
There are no remains whatsoever of any of the gravestones. This is where the Neviazhskys and Simachoviches in olden times would have been buried, and possibly some of the roads. And we're just going to circle the cemetery here.
Matot, tie medžiai seni, bet čia buvo pagrindinis kapinės.
Those are the old trees, so the main cemetery was only here.
Yes.
And
Kauliukai čia guli, niekas čia
the
nežino.
bones, they are still here. Nobody cared about them.
Yeah.
It was bulldozed.
It was they bulldozed the whole thing. Yeah. This whole thing was the cemetery.
I had clients from the United States. They brought picture of the ancestor grave in the beginning of our century.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful marble. It's also said the black marble, very expensive stones with a lot of writing.
Poetry.
Tai jis nori taip aplinką.
Aha, kad žinoti, nes jo be abejo šeima čia. So your ancestors also wait.
Oh yes, many of them. And the house here?
O kas apie šitą namą?
Nu, šitas tai jau pasakė, kad po karo.
This is after the war.
We're just again circling. We're now back on the south of the street, going back towards the city itself.
He's thinking about this.
Oh. And the bones are still here. The people, all they did was bulldozer the whole area here, and made a park.
Galima biški galima. Galima iki Kisino gatvės galima. O čia į kairę? Valančiaus mes.
We now know from this gentleman that this was the Chefetz Chaim synagogue. This is the one we saw before, which we thought was the Taylor Schneider synagogue. It's Chefetz. These are the different shuls. If Ponevenzh made by this gentleman who has been going around with us, the local historian, Gemara Shul. The information he got from the archives after the Second World War. And he simply made pictures. And just to see how the families that lived here things which are important to Jews. A little bit about Jewish history, where he's written down all of the This was the girls' school, Yavne. Yeah.
Gimnazija Javna. And it was also
І
synagogue.
оце було їх бендрабутись, оце їх гівяно. А це формативно.
This was built by Luria. It's Ramagola number 34, and next to it over here were the dormitories where the girls used to stay.
It was written that it's
It is written that Luria built this in commemoration of his, to memorialize his wife. On the top here of the Yavna building is a plaque which has clearly been removed or scraped over or something like that. This is the original building of the Ponevezh Yeshiva. This was the entrance. It's obviously been changed. The Ponevezh Yeshiva people from Bnei Brak have been back here to see this. And this is just a side view of the yeshiva. This is the back section. I'm in Ponevenzh. And we're at the front here, and the building is very old. It's over 100 years old. And when the rabbis from Bnei Brak came here, they understood why the Rabbi Kahneman spent so much time. Okay, this is the map basically of the 1878 map of the town.
Jūs parkerio neturite? Toli. Gal pieštuko geriau būtų. Jie matot, daug visokių specialistų.
What are you looking for? Oh.
Va čia, atrodo kažkoks pieštukas, bet nežinau kaip su juo rašyti.
What is this?
It used to be the synagogue.
Nerašalas.
This is on the 1878 map. It used to be the synagogue. It's not here today.
Jewish hospital,
Yes.
14. This is a private house.
Yes.
This is synagogue. Those are city weights.
Yes.
And here is a square of market.
Okay, the market square, and this is 1904. Let's just go up. This is Shadovo Street here, and that is where the Jewish cemetery is, the one which is now a park. And here we're looking at a 1929 map of the same area. This is already in Lithuanian. Go ahead, talk.
In Electro Street, it's already Jewish gymnasium for boys.
Yes, that's where the hospital was then.
Yes. And it's the street is already called synagogue.
Yeah.
And there is a street of Rabbi Itzel and also Rab Herzl. Rab Herzl.
And if we continue again on Shadovo Street, I don't see it on the map.
It's here.
There's the synagogue.
Vasario 16, the day of the proclamation of independence.
And these are just more things about what happened to the Jews of the area here that this gentleman did. This Ragova. The families that lived here, things which are important to Jews. A little bit about Jewish history, where he's written down all of the this building it was called the Gemara Synagogue. The base, the first level, is original, but the upper levels were added on. We are in the courtyard. We've walked around to the right of the Gemara Synagogue, and the tombstones of the Jewish cemetery are what is here. We're looking at all these stones here. This, for example, here you have Zichrono Livracha. You can see basically where that stone was right there. We're gonna go around and Matzat Od?
What's it?
Isha?
You know what I'd like to do? There's another one, for example, in the wall there. You can see there's a lot more over here. How could